Good evening and welcome to Up South. A security guard at an ATM in Bengaluru gets killed. Yes, the same city where a lady was assaulted while she was withdrawing cash in Bengaluru in November 2013. On Up South, we are asking if ATMs in Bengaluru are the new scare. Our phone lines will be open in just a moment from now, and you can call in and share your views on how to make ATMs in Bengaluru absolutely safe. But our top story this evening is from Kerala, and this is an extremely disturbing story. The Ernakulam police have issued a lookout notice for a Catholic priest who has been accused of sexually assaulting a 14-year-old girl inside the church complex about 40 kilometers from Ernakulam. The allegation against Father Edwin Figarez Joseph is that he sexually enticed a 14-year-old girl several times between January and March this year, usually when she visited him for making a confession. According to the police, the mother of the class 9 student lodged a complaint against Father Joseph on April 1. Medical examination revealed that the girl was indeed sexually abused. The Kerala High Court dismissed his anticipatory bail plea on the 5th of May, and since then the priest has gone underground. This is what the church told Headlines Today.
You see, as far as I know, the case that you are referring is concerning a priest who is working in a parish as a parish priest in the district of Trichur. As to my knowledge, his whereabouts are not known, and the bishop has suspended him because it is a case dealing with pedophilia. And one must understand, in a pedophilia case, apparently there are two things. It is not only a sin, but it is also a crime.
Right, strong words there from the representative of the church there in Kochi. Joining me now on the phone line is Headlines Today's Revati Rajivan. Revati, now the police have issued a lookout notice for this particular Catholic priest. Does this notice indicate that the police suspects that he is not in the country, or they are also coordinating with police force in other states?
Well, with the lookout notice, yes, they do suspect that, they're very sure that the priest has not gone outside the country, because when he filed the anticipatory bail plea and the High Court ordered that the police cannot arrest him until the 5th of that month, he did come back from UAE, and the police had seized his passport. They confiscated his passport. So they're very sure that he is not outside the country, but they have clues about him going outside the state, maybe to Bangalore or Tamil Nadu. So they have spread out their investigation to other police stations, because as soon as the complaint was lodged by the girl's mother, the priest immediately fled to UAE through Bangalore airport. So, taking this clue, the police have spread out the investigation to Bangalore police and has contacted them. But they're also investigating, they're also questioning the relatives of the priest. But so far, they have not received any clue as to where exactly he is.
Right, Revati Rajivan, thanks a lot for joining us. That's a photograph of Father Edwin Joseph that you see on your screen, for who a lookout notice has been issued by Ernakulam police. Thanks a lot, Revati, for joining us on Up South. Now the story from Bengaluru. Now at 3:10 a.m. on Sunday, that's early on Sunday morning, an ATM guard a security guard at an ATM near KR-Puram colony of Bengaluru was attacked and left to bleed. And it was only when his other guard came for duty that he was noticed, and thereafter there was little time to actually rescue him. He was left bleeding to death. The police say it's a remote area, and therefore no one found him lying there after the attack. The police is also examining the footage, in which it says the attacker spent 4 minutes trying to open the ATM machine, but he did not rob any money. Now in November 2013, Jyoti Uday was attacked by an assailant who attacked her inside an ATM. She survived, but the perpetrator has still not been caught. The police had then issued detailed safety guidelines. But despite security, it would seem ATMs remain vulnerable spots in Bengaluru. Let's listen in to what the Bengaluru police have to say about this particular murder.
No, it is a clear-cut murder case has been established by my officers in connection with the ATM attack. Right now, the investigation report reveals the accused, almost from a local we are zeroing that particular person. At any moment he will be arrested. We have very credible information. We hope today night or tomorrow, but my officers are putting their best efforts to round up that particular person.
Right. Joining me now from Bengaluru, from outside an ATM on Richmond Road in Bengaluru, is my colleague Pratibha Raman, who has been reporting on that story. Pratibha, pretty shocking incident there. An ATM guard actually being killed there in the early morning hours when obviously no one was around. What are the voices that you're picking up on the streets of Bengaluru?
Well, in fact, Sudhi, the ATM that I'm standing in, there is absolutely no street light, and let me actually give you a sense of how it is. This is the ATM. You have a CCTV camera inside, and there is a security guard as well. But then how equipped is this security guard to handle any kind of crisis? Let me actually go across to some of them here. Sir, do you really feel that the security guards, there was a safety guideline that was issued to have CCTV cameras as well as security guards, but how trained are they to handle any kind of crisis?
They're not well trained because they also have to defend about their life. They have to see their life. They are scared about their families. So one thing I'll tell you, the way they are also normal human beings. Basically, they're normal human beings. They cannot actually fight with others, and we don't know which type of person, how he's coming, with
in
what
fact,
he's
Sudhir,
coming,
an
what weapons he's
interesting
going to
point that the police made today is that they have really failed in having trained security guards, and they actually accept that as a failure because despite having CCTV cameras, they are unarmed security guards. Ma'am, do you really feel safe when you walk into an ATM? In 2013, there was a lady who was attacked. There was major uproar in the city, but today, do you feel that things have changed?
No, it's not changed. I think ATMs are not safe. The security guard, they don't know proper language. What I have faced is security guards, they don't know the proper language. Many times if we ask any address also, they will not be knowing. Then imagine whether do they know the police station nearby. I think they should be first well versed with the language. Not well versed, at least one common basic language they should know. They will not be having. I think I have seen many securities, they are coming from other states and they will not be knowing this language. And the problem is they will be always changing the securities. One security is not there in one place. Every day there will be change because even I work in hospital. Every day there will be different security. They will not know who I am, whether I am a doctor or what. In other hospital, what I face is, if every day securities are changing, they will not be knowing who is the well-known person of this area and from outside. If any outsider is coming, they will not know. So I think they should not be
most of these
Pratibha,
security guards do not know the local language to help these people. So these are some of the questions that really need to be addressed by the police here.
Right, Pratibha, just hold on to your thoughts. We have our first caller this evening on Up South, Jitesh Sharma, who is calling in from Bengaluru. Mr. Jitesh Sharma, what do you have to say on this particular very disturbing story?
Yeah, I would like to say that there are two episodes in near future which we have seen. One in Delhi and one in Bengaluru. An attack on the ATM and an attack on a wanted criminal in Delhi. What we see that when a wanted criminal was apprehended by the Delhi police and the case was an open and shut case in which the criminal fired pace, there have been unnecessary controversy and aspersions caused on the police just based on the statements of the family. Let's face it, whether criminal or not, family will take the side of the disease regardless of the facts. In other case, we have seen that a crime has been committed, but police has not acted. So we, and general public and media, have to be cautious enough that we shall not make every police action a controversy. Sometimes police action may involve an encounter, and that Delhi police has done a good job, and Bangalore police has not acted under the present Karnataka government, in which the Home Minister itself is caught in corruption cases. So if the Home Minister
Mr. Verma, in this particular case, we are talking about specifically about security at ATMs in Bengaluru, which is a matter of very great concern. Mr. Verma, thanks a lot for calling in to Up South. Pratibha, one of the major concerns is that many of these ATM security guards obviously do not have weapons, nor do they have the knowledge of handling any kind of weapons. So in that sense, do you think that anytime anybody actually goes to an ATM, he or she is practically unguarded except for the CCTV cameras, which to the credit of many of the banks, they have been installed at various ATMs? Pratibha, you could hear my question? Pratibha, I was asking you that many of the security guards do not have weapons, nor do they have any knowledge of handling weapons, even if they are given weapons. So in a sense, only the CCTV cameras are the only way of ensuring a person's safety and security. Is that the way you see it?
That's right, Sudhir. In fact, even in this particular case, the attack happened outside and not inside. So there is no crucial evidence to prove that whoever the perpetrator was who tried to rob the machine, was he the same guy who tried to attack the ATM guard, or was it a different person? Did he come with different other people and attack the guard?
Right.
Because what the police tell us is that initially when he came, there was a sound and the ATM guard walked outside, but he was not really trained enough to handle any kind of fight. He was not even armed. So we really, the guard himself is a human being and he really wouldn't know how to guard himself, and these are the questions that need to be addressed. Sudhir.
Absolutely. Ravinath from Bangalore is our next caller on Up South. Mr. Ravinath, please go ahead.
Good evening, sir. But Bangalore of late has become a very crime city.
Right.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening. Please go ahead, sir. I can hear you.
So the thing is, my name is Raghunath, not Ravinath.
Sorry.
Okay, the thing is that Bangalore has become a crime city of late. Bangalore has become a crime city. Now the security guards are not well trained and they are not educated also. Most of them not even metric. And most of the people who come are from Assam, Mizoram and all. So they don't know how to handle the situation. So the thing is, the police patrolling in the busy locality has to be increased. At least beat police should take a round of all these instances. When they go, they will be able to understand what is happening in Bangalore.
Right. Mr. Raghunath, thanks a lot for calling in. Pratibha, you have been talking to the police force in Bengaluru there. Now, what are the quick fix solutions that they are looking at? Because last time Jyoti Uday was attacked, assaulted inside an ATM while she was withdrawing cash. It had raised a hue and cry. The Bengaluru police, the Karnataka government insisted that every ATM should actually have a CCTV as well as a security guard. Number one, has this been complied with by most banks? And number two, with an incident like this where there is a security guard, where there is CCTV, yet a security guard gets murdered, what is the Bengaluru police plan of action?
Well, in fact, there were two important points that were raised the last time when such a case happened. The police did insist on every ATM should have a CCTV camera that should be installed at the gate as well as inside the ATM. The second was to have security guards mandatory for every ATM. Now, the first point was actually answered. Every bank made sure that every ATM had CCTV cameras installed. But then the portion where they failed is that the security guards who were installed for every ATM were not really trained security guards, and that is the need of the hour. In fact, I have with me one person. I'm sure you feel that the security guards, despite being there, you do not really feel safe because they are not armed.
Government should give licensed gun, otherwise ex-army men to provide the security in the ATMs. Right.
So all of them should be armed, and that will make a customer feel safe when he actually walks into an ATM, because the security guard will be equipped enough to handle his life as well as protect the person's life in.
Right. Pratibha Raman, thanks a lot for joining us with that report. Obviously, there is a lot of concern over whether you are safe the next time you walk into an ATM to withdraw cash. On Saturday morning, a lake in Bengaluru actually caught fire. Yes, you heard it right. The Yemlur Lake near HAL in Bengaluru caught fire early on Saturday morning around 5 o'clock. This after the Vartur Lake, who we reported on about 2 weeks ago, continues to foam. But despite the public outcry, nothing, absolutely nothing really has changed. My colleague Pratibha Raman reports from Bengaluru.
Just a week ago, headlines today showed you the condition of Vartur Lake, which is Bangalore's biggest lake. And here we are at Yemlur Lake, which is near the HAL area of Bangalore, a relatively smaller lake that flows into the Vartur Lake. But then the condition is far worse because of the garbage in and around this lake, which has been burnt by citizens, and the fire has caught on to the surface of this lake. In fact, one closer look into this lake, one can see spurts of these flames below this froth. Now, citizens believe that it is mainly due to the detergent waste as well as oil that is accumulated on the surface of this lake. Let me actually go across to one such person. क्या आप बता सकते हैं कि इस लेक की वजह से कितनी परेशानी हो रही है?
15 ईयर्स के हम लोग को बहुत प्रॉब्लम है मैडम, बहुत बास आ रहा था इधर रुकने के लिए नहीं होता है, बहुत स्मेल आता है। ये ब्रिज में जाने के टाइम मूविंग टाइम में बहुत स्मेल आता है। इधर बहुत क्या है, लेक का 991 एकर्स है, लेक है, बड़ा लेक है बेंगलुरु का। यही पानी वर्तूर लेक को जाता है एक्चुअली। इधर क्या है, बड़ा बड़ा कंपनी है, HAL है, NAL है। बाद में इधर क्या है, लोकल में बिल्डर्स है, एक दिव्यश्री है, एप्सिलॉन है, ये लोग क्या है राजनाला को पूरा बंद करके रखा है ये लोग, इसलिए इतना प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है कि वे क्लीन नहीं है पानी जाने के लिए, मूवमेंट नहीं, इसलिए ऐसा हो रहा है इधर।
So many of these industries who have closed the canal here, and because of which the industries do not have a proper outlet for the waste disposal, and that has caused all of these problems. And what is shocking is that at least about 18 deaths because of dengue. क्या आप बता सकते हैं कि मच्छरों की वजह से आपको कितनी परेशानी हो रही है?
अरे मच्छरों की वजह से कितने परेशान होता है, मतलब 6 घंटे के ऊपर इधर कोई भी एक आदमी भी नहीं रुक सकता, उतना मच्छर इधर आए। फिर बाद में बस इतना गंदा लगता है, उतना गंदा से इधर आता है।
And despite several complaints and questions that have been raised to the authorities, nobody has really done anything. So clearly, no lessons learned. And when will the BBMP as well as the BWSSB answer these people's problems? With camera person Madhu, Pratibha Raman, Bangalore. Headlines today.
Those visuals absolutely shocking coming from Bengaluru. Let's listen in to what Vaman Acharya, chairman of the Karnataka Pollution Control Board, has to say.
This fire is basically because of thin floating oils. After rain, lot of such oil along with an anaerobic situation in the sewage water which generates methane. Put together, this has caught a fire. No solution can be done overnight. This requires a long-term process and planning. Sewage has to be treated. After treatment of sewage only, this problem will be solved.
Right. These are stories that matter to you and me as citizens in different cities and towns of India. And here on Up South, we will continue to focus on them every evening at 6:30 p.m. That's it then on Up South. News and updates will continue on Headlines Today.